I feel really unpretty today, so let's talk about insecurities, motivation, and hopefully we'll all be happier by the end of this video. Hey guys, it's Yui. If you're new here, hello, my name is Yui and I love to talk all things beauty. And because I love to talk all things beauty, I'm feeling very insecure about my skin today. If you've seen my videos before, you know that I love to create content on skincare tips, skincare products. And because I love to do that, it's really hard when I'm having a bad skin day. Now, I know it's normal to have a bad skin day because my skin's nowhere near perfect. I feel like ever since posting these videos, it's made me more insecure when I have a bad skin day because I feel like I have something to prove and I have to live up to the things that I talk about. And I do try really hard to take care of my skin, but if you've seen my previous 2 videos, you know that I've been really sick. My voice is still a little bit raspy. So I feel a lot better physically, which is awesome. I feel more energized, but for some reason, having this cold really took a toll on my skin. And that almost never happens. Usually when I get sick, I I don't go out, so I don't wear like makeup and stuff. So my skin kind of gets a bit of a break, and then it usually looks better after I get over a cold. But that is not what happened this time. I don't know if it's because of the cold or if something happened simultaneously, but oh my gosh, my skin, my right cheek is like going through it right now. So straight on into the camera and with the lights, it might be kind of hard to see, so I'm going to insert a video here with natural light so you can see what's actually going on. Hey, so I've opened up the window and I wanted to show you my cheek in natural light. So it's this side of my face. I don't know if you can see it well, but all on my cheek here is just, I don't want to call it breakouts, but it's just very, very irritated. Like there's red bumps. It almost looks like eczema has come back to haunt me. So at first I thought maybe it was because I was wearing a mask at home because I was coughing a lot, but it's only on my right side, so that doesn't really make sense. And my skin's never been irritated by a mask before. They're not exactly pimples, but they're like just red bumps, and they're actually kind of itchy, which is really annoying because it's hard to leave them alone. And I know the second I scratch them, all hell will break loose. I thought it was a phase. I thought it'd go away in a couple days, but it hasn't. It's stuck around, and I honestly don't really know what to do with that. And my right side is giving me trouble, but generally my skin hasn't been doing very well. And to be honest, it's making me feel a little bit insecure. Because we'd all love a good skin day and we'd all love to feel pretty, but I don't today. So I just wanted to do my makeup with you. As you can see, like I've never sat in this position with no makeup, just straight on with the lights with just like nothing on my face other than like skincare and sunscreen. Let me know if any of you guys also have like insecurities that maybe you don't really talk about, but you have. If you want to share them, cool. If not, that's cool too. I know that's not something we often want to talk about openly, but it's kind of nice to know that, you know, we all have them and that we're all struggling with something, because if you keep it inside, sometimes it just feels very lonely. It's totally natural to feel insecure about things, especially on your face. But I don't know, for me, I feel like when I was younger, I was a lot more insecure when I felt like let's say, you know, I was breaking out or had a pimple somewhere very visible. If I was in like high school, I'd worry about how other people would perceive me with that pimple. You know, they'd think that I'm not pretty, or they wouldn't think my skin looks good, or they'd have a comment to make about, you know, my face. Now, it's interesting because as I've gotten older, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't care what people say or think anymore. And that's like kind of a superpower as you like grow older. And I kind of agree with that because this breaking out on my cheek here, I'm not worried about like I'm going to walk my dog later. I'm not worried about, you know, what people on the street are going to think of my skin, or if they whisper behind my back about the fact that my skin's breaking out. Like, I'm not worried about that at all. Like, the insecurity for me, it's much more from within. It's an insecurity of how I perceive myself. Like, my skin breaking out right now isn't hurting anybody. It's just hurting my ego and my confidence. It's all within me. So I think that's just something I have to kind of deal with. I've lived long enough to know that it takes time for your skin to heal. And I don't know what caused it, which kind of bugs me because I'd like to prevent that in the future, but it's already happening. So the most I can do is just roll with it, be kind to it, leave it alone, get a prescription medication if necessary, but the best thing I can do is wait. And that's kind of what sucks about skincare is sometimes you just have to be really, really patient. Yeah, I just feel bad when I look at my skin right now. Like, I feel bad for my skin. But anyways, I think in the end, insecurities are all within you. Because I know I've had plenty of days where I felt like people are, staring at the blemish on my face. But, like, they actually aren't. Like, no one cares. People are way too busy with themselves and how they look to care about how you look, generally. Maybe unless you're, like, a celebrity. But in general, I have found that people don't notice things, especially on your face, as much as you do. So as an adult, I should remember that, and I should keep that in mind when I don't feel good about my skin. So something I struggle with when I start to feel insecure, especially with my skin, is I am so not motivated to make videos. So it actually took me an hour or two to really set everything up and get started today because I'm like, should I just wait until I look better? But because I don't have a timeline on when my skin is going to calm down for me, that's actually not going to work because I'm just going to be behind, and I can't stop my momentum every time my skin acts up, because something could always go wrong and I can't stop every time. So what do you do if whether it's an insecurity or if you're just not feeling motivated? Do you ever like try and dissect why you're not motivated or why you don't have the motivation? And what do you do about it? Let me know in the comments below, because I think we all deal with it differently. Or maybe you haven't figured it out yet. That's okay too. For me, it's just taking action. I know that's hard, and that's what we're trying to motivate ourselves to do. But when I say like take action, like it doesn't have to be perfect. With this YouTube video, I don't know how it's gonna go. I might really not like how it looks on screen, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hit that record button. Maybe your thing is like you need to get up and like do your homework. Just open your book and get started. I feel like once you start, you're starting that momentum and you can keep it going. It's a lot easier to keep it going. That first step is hard. As Mel Robbins says, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get your butt off the couch and just do it. Just start it. But really though, there's just the power in taking that first step. I believe in you, and I think we all have enough energy and power inside of us to lift ourselves up and like open a textbook or put a phone on a tripod and just hit record and just see where it goes. If it's not perfect or if you can't continue, that's okay, but at least you tried. I think it's that like first step that can be really hard. One of the other reasons I hit record today was I missed about a week of uploading because I was incredibly sick. And because I had that week off, and now I feel better, but now I have a skin issue. I feel like if I take this week off because I have a skin issue, the following week something else could come up that's gonna stop me from recording, and then it's gonna be like a month. And I really didn't want it to get to that because I was finally kind of on a roll with consistency and uploading, and I feel like the second you stop, it gets so hard. It gets so hard to upload anything anymore because you just feel like, well, I already ruined it, so why bother? And I could see myself doing that. I know myself well enough to know that I could easily get there. So I wanted to make sure that no matter what, I knew I had to get back to the consistency and get myself back in that rhythm of shooting and editing and uploading. Getting back to that consistency and the routine in 2 or 3 weeks time sounded a lot harder to me than hitting record today despite my skin issue. So that was my reasoning. You know, I would love to just be like really naturally confident and stuff, and I admire people who are and that, you know, don't need makeup. But I also like to think that I'm not reliant on makeup. I just really like it. It kind of puts me back in like a good mindset. It makes me feel ready for the day. It's like my on switch, and nothing wrong with that. And I like to think, you know, today I'm going pretty easy on my foundation and everything, and I am trying to conceal my blemishes to an extent because they are quite red. But at the same time, it's not really about concealing. It's just meant for me to feel like myself again. Because when I'm just sitting there feeling sorry for myself with skin issues, I just feel terrible. But now that I have this makeup on, my eyeliner's done, I feel kind of like confident and like just like me again, because this part of my face, not feeling like me. This is not my usual skin, so this isn't feeling like me, but the makeup is helping me kind of put myself together again to feel as much like myself as I possibly can while I'm going through this. So if your skin is going through something after being sick, or maybe you had a really bad skin day like me and you're also recovering, whatever the reason may be for a skin issue that you're not happy with, let's just both try to be really easy on ourselves and be kind. And, you know, just know that your skin's working really hard. Even though you can't like actively see it, your skin is working overtime to try and fix your skin issue. So you have to work with it and give it time. Healing is such a process, and it is one of the hardest processes to accept because it usually takes the longest amount of time. But we've all been through worse things before. We've been through so much, whether it's our skin or in our life, and we've made it through 100% of those. So let's make sure to remember we are strong enough to get through a bad skin day. Even if it's not something we particularly enjoy, you know, I don't want to ruin my whole day because I have issues with my skin that day, because it's a beautiful day outside today and I don't want to be wasting away indoors just because I'm feeling bad about my skin. Like, no one cares. I shouldn't care. I should focus on the things that make me happy, like the sun, my dog, and this very short window of time in Japan where it's like spring outside before it gets disgustingly hot in the summer. So looking at my skin right now, it's very textured, but that's normal. We're human. No one's gonna look at my face this close, so it's gonna be fine. Today, I'm going to practice joy and patience because I'm gonna need both to keep me sane. I'm gonna focus on joy by going outside with my dog, enjoying the sunlight, and having a good day, focusing on making my day a good, productive, joyful day. And I'm gonna practice patience by not being upset with my current skin situation. I think I'm gonna need to practice patience probably for the next week or two while my skin heals. I'm gonna love my skin. I'm going to thank it for working hard to fix itself. And remember that things could always be worse, but I'm gonna get through today. I'm gonna get through all the other days. It's going to be fine. So if you're feeling insecure about anything on your face today, let's not let it ruin our day. It's going to be just fine. And I talk about beauty inside and out on this channel. We love to look beautiful and glassy skinned all the time, but doesn't always happen. So if your outside just doesn't feel like it's working for you today, it's okay. Brighten the room with your attitude, your joy, your charm, your happiness, because I think that's gonna go a lot further than how good your skin looks. If you can light up the room with your smile and how kind you are to other people, that's a good recipe for a good day. So get out there, have some fun today. Thank you for getting ready with me while I did this random little talk about my skin issues and how I feel about them. I hope you were able to relate. If you have any comments, questions, or things that you do when you're feeling insecure or unmotivated, please leave them in the comments below. And if you've made it this far in the video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Ow! Subscribe for weekly videos. I just hit my hand. I hope you're feeling beautiful inside and out, and stay healthy out there. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!